Hey folks, this is Balázs, the Hungarian drummer, and today we have a very interesting topic. It has a lot to do with drumming, music and the mathematics, which are basically my two favorite topics. So, what are these? Yes, these are polyrhythms. These are basically one of the most misunderstood topic in the world of musicians and in music, and basically all new musicians, and by new I mean new by not by age. So not by 21, 23, whatever your age is, that doesn't really matter, but ages in music, they usually tend to misunderstand this very simple concept. The hard part is feeling the different tempos. The easy part is understanding them and generating them. So I'm gonna show you, actually I like to use two separate, what that was, that just happened something outside. So I have two separate ways which I'm going to show you. The first one because it's the easier, most digestible and the most musical way that you can use in your own situation. This is the foundation is coming from this, from obviously from mathematics, because what are polyrhythms basically, in just a brief overview. You have your separate tempos. You have your, like, let's say this is your tempo. These are quarter notes, by the way. And at the same time there's another one which can be faster or slower than this. These are totally separate tempos. They're going into infinity. They are not speeding up, they're not slowing down, they're just faster or slower than each other. These are two separate tempos that going on at the same time. Let's say, for example, like this. If I remove this one, which is my left hand, you get the original, which I started to do a couple seconds before. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. I said generating them is not the hard part. Feeling them as quarter notes, like this is the hard part. And when it stops, and feeling the other one without this one, 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, this is the harder part, to feel it. To mathematically measure it out and create it, it's not the hard part. So, I like to explain it because the way I'm going to show this to you is, by the end of this video, I'll just put in a simple metronome and we are going to create the faster version of that tempo, the other one, the other half of, let's say this was a 3/4 polyrhythm, by the way, and the slower version, how to create it, how to feel it, how to understand it. It might seem confusing right now, but trust me, we will get to the end very soon. So, let's stick with the 3/4 polyrhythm. We have the two numbers, it's 3/4. Second number is the bass number. So we are going to play 4 notes in the beginning, and we are going to play 3 over that. So at the same given amount of time, let's say I'm trying to visualize here that you have a line which is this long. You can divide it to 4 equal pieces. You have another line which is divided to 3 equal pieces. So at the same given time, my right hand is going to click or snap 4 times, and my left hand is going to snap 3 times. So in order to do that, we have to figure out what is a 3-note per quarter note subdivision and what is a 4-note per quarter note subdivisions. We have to start with the 3-note per quarter note subdivision because that's the first number. So we start with the first number in the 3/4 situation. That's 3. What is a 3-note per quarter note grouping or subdivision? Yes, those are 8th-note triplets. How you count 8-note triplets? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and okay, you get that. Now, what do? You replace the countings, that 1 and 2 and sorry for the 3 and 4 and with numbers. So you count at the same pace, but you say numbers instead of 1 and So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And this is when the bigger number, the second number, comes in handy, which is 4 in our situation, because we are going to count up in the same speed that just we did to 4. So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now we're counting up to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you remove the counting, guess what happens? This is the 3/4 polyrhythm. It's that simple. The hard part, as I said, is feeling this as quarter notes and your bass tempo, and then feeling this as the other one. And jumping back. It's not speeding up or slowing down, it's just jumping from another tempo to different one while keeping track of the original. That's the main focus here, and this is what it makes real hard. Now let's do another one. 2/3. So you start with 2 because it's the first number, or let's do another one because this was how we create a slower tempo than the original. Let's create 3/2 because that's going to be the faster one. So we start with a slower tempo and then we're going to create a faster one by 1.5 times faster, just to be mathematically correct. So it's 3/2 polyrhythm. We start with the first number, 3. What is a 3-note per quarter note grouping? It's 8-note triplets. How we count them? 1 and 2 and 3 and you get it. You replace it with numbers. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and now you count the same pace, but just to 2. So it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. You remove the counting, and guess what happens? You get the 3/2 polyrhythm. So my right hand, which is the which is the higher one, is playing 2 times, while my left hand is snapping 3 times. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Ooh, it's hard to do. This is the hard part, I'm telling you. I'm not ready for this yet, so, okay. So, what you have to notice, that what's the difference between 3/2 or 2/3? Which one gets you the faster tempo? This is the basic question, so let's figure it out. I have a simple metronome app on my phone right here. Here we go. I really hope you can hear this. Okay. And I have this frog thing. And hopefully makes some noise, which is not so much louder than my metronome. So we have, this is 100 beats per minute. This is totally steady, this is going on. Let's try with the 3/2 polyrhythm, and that was the reason why I used to explain it from subdivisions, because when you have a quarter note metronome clicking in your head, counting to 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, figuring out the subdivision is pretty hard. So instead of, we are using, like, as I said, 8-note triplets because we are using 3/2. So let's see if 3/2 gets you a faster tempo than 100 beats per minute or a slower one. So what do? 3 notes, 8-note triplets. How we count them? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and you count the numbers 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and you start counting up to 2. It's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Cool. So when the bigger number is in the front, you get a faster tempo. Let's test it out if it's true, if it's vice versa. So let's play 2/3 polyrhythm. So, but basically it's common sense, because we are playing 2/3, which is second note is always our bass number, which we will count the metronome right now, our main tempo, as 3. So this will click 3 times, while our new tempo will click 2 times. It's 2/3. It's 2 over our bass tempo. If it's 4/3, then we're playing faster because we're playing 4 notes in the same given time. Our bass tempo is going to play 3 times. So let's test it out. Let's play 2/3 with this one. So generate the slower tempo by 1.5 times. So this is 1.5 times faster than the tempo that we're going to generate in a mathematical language. So what do? 2 note per quarter note subdivision, 8 notes. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and we count the numbers. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. We count to 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And we remove the counting. And you get it. As I said, this is the easier part. The hard part is to feel it, to jump from tempo to tempo. And why this doesn't want to stop? I'm sorry guys, this is not going to stop. This is a crazy metronome. That's why I like it and I use it. So I just muted it, but it's still on. I did nothing to my phone. It's just like, you can see this is the applications on them, but it's still clicking. What's wrong with this? No, just kidding. So thank you for watching. I hope you understand the basics of polyrhythms. This is a fun topic. There's a lot of things you can do with this. There is obviously a mathematical way that you can generate like 29 over 11 subdivisions. The basic problem is that, and the reason why I don't explain it, and one, because it's not so musical, maybe it is, but why would you like to generate 29 over 11 polyrhythms? That's my first question. Second, like, issue, that in music we don't have names for 11 note or 29 note per quarter note subdivisions. We could call this 11 nomolas or whatever, but there is no real application. We have 16 triplets and we have quintolas or 6s and 5s, and you get this amount if you really want to. But that's why the mathematical way is helpful in these situations, if this is your real goal. So thank you also for watching. If you're interested in how to count that, please let me know down in the comment section below, and have a phenomenal